Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you guys are doing well and enjoyed your weekend. Jose Lopez in the building. What's going on, man? All things. Control LeGrew, Ray Patterson. Good morning. Jose Lopez in the building. Oh man, good weekend of fights last weekend. I took a vacation pretty much throughout the entire weekend, so I wasn't doing any live streams or anything. Rampage, what it do? Oh, that's for Rampage. What's up, Rampage? I'll wait for y'all to come on in the building. What's going on, Bank Hayes? How you feeling, man? Ooh, blew a hole. What up? Hey, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. I got to grab. Hey, what's going on, Cadillac 634? I'm putting links in the chat early this morning, man. If anybody want to jump up, we can wrap it up from the we can oh, he said, oh, great, OGU. My weekend was fantastic, man. My weekend was fantastic. Alicia Craig, shout out to you. Good morning, sir. Good morning, ma'am. Let me grab something real quick. I left in the other room. No, actually, I'm cool. Yeah, man. Just wait for everybody to come on in. Oh, give me 1 second. I remember what I got to do. Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. David Tassane, good morning, man. How are you? Bird 101, what's good with you, sir? Alicia Fanon, I just got to hear your take on the Cesar Chavez fight. Let's go ahead and get it out of the way. It was a terrible fight, and I didn't pay for it. I didn't pay for it. And I knew that it was going to be a terrible fight. So I didn't, I mean, you know what that was going to be, is a 12-round garbage fight with a out of shape, just a name, Julio Cesar Chavez. And there's nothing I really could think about that. Like, I didn't buy that shit. I was going to buy it for the Tevin Farmer, Floyd Schofield fight, but shit, that was out in the first round. So I saved a lot of money. Bankay said I paid for the undercard, not the main event. Yeah, exactly. I was only paying to see that one fight. I would have watched it, but I was only watching it for Floyd Schofield and Tevin Farmer. Man. I said I don't watch fake fights, so I didn't watch it. Yeah, I mean, Jake didn't get me on that one. He said, David Tassane said it was a joke. Every fight was better than the main event, than the main fight. Yeah. I mean, I don't know what anybody would have expected out of I don't know what you expect if you have Jake Paul and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I mean, first of all, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. is enough. Just knowing he's fighting is enough to know it's not going to be a good fight. They're not that high level of skill fight. They're not that skilled. I think Jake Paul did get ranked. I think he's going to get ranked in the top 15. I mean, if he beats a former world champion, I don't have a problem with him getting some ranking because he beat a former world champion. Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. I mean, he's a former world champ. He's not very good. I don't think he's ever been he's never a respected world champion, but I think beating him is enough to get into a ranking. Yeah, why not? They got a lot of fighters that are ranked. You got people ranked in the top 1,000. I don't know. I think they may ended at like 30 or something like that. I don't know. Kid Austin only did enough for me. I was watching both the card and the UFC at the same time. Yeah, I didn't watch the UFC. I really just was trying to get to see Tevin Farmer because I'm a big fan of Tevin Farmer. So I wanted to support Tevin Farmer. But, man, Tevin looked like he threw his chin right into that punch. He just was too fast for him, man. Wasn't ready for it, What's up, Terrell? How are you, sir? Avius Griffin is ranked, and he showed that he is still an amateur. There you go. I mean, just because you're a professional doesn't mean you're the best in the world. Jake should be a promoter and stop the fake fights, but he making money off y'all. Yeah, I mean, he didn't make any money off me, though. He would have, but he didn't this time. After seeing that Kid Austin fight, I'm looking at that. Would have happened with Shakur? No, I don't think that would have happened with Shakur, but it does make the Shakur Stevenson versus Floyd Schofield fight a lot more how can I say inviting, a lot more inviting. It makes it a lot more enticing, not inviting. Enticing is the word I'm looking for. Yeah, it makes it. Now we know that Floyd Schofield's the top lightweight, and in Wade, him and Brian Norman, man, really in Greece. Man, their stock went up. Floyd Schofield's stock went up. Brian Norman Jr. stock went up after Jin Sasaki. Kid ducked Shakur for a reason. I mean, yeah, he slid up out of there for a reason. It wasn't time for him to fight him, man. It wasn't time. Abdullah Mason versus Schofield at 135. Hey, man, let's see it. Jake called out Anthony Joshua, Zurdo Ramirez, and Gervonta Tank Davis. He could only last all 12 with Tank. Man, he'll get hurt by Anthony Joshua and Zurdo Ramirez. But Stevie G said Floyd Schofield is still a problem for anybody. Well, hey, man, he showed out that fight. You know what I mean? He showed out that fight. I'm leaning towards the Abdullah Mason side of that, but Kid whooping all Kid. Who's Kid? Oh, Kid whoops. Oh my God, man. Oh my God. What did I think about I love the Wilder fight. I love the Wilder fight, man. I thought Wilder looked like, let me put it this way. I love the Wilder fight because of how Wilder fought, where he fought, and his attitude. Deontay Wilder just broke the guy down very methodically, man. Like, to see Deontay Wilder just touch him with a jab, I know those jabs hurt because Deontay Wilder is so heavy-handed. So I like that he wasn't loading up on shots. He was just bop, bop, bop. He looked very fundamental. You know what I mean? He looked very fundamental and stuck to his game plan. His daddy was talking greasy about saying he will knock Shakur and Tank out. I mean, look, I'm not listening to their daddies no more, man. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, you talking about Floyd Schofield Sr. said that he'll knock out Shakur and Tank out. That's what he's supposed to say. That's what you're supposed to say. That's what you're supposed to feel as a father. I'm going to tell you one thing for sure, though. Oh, Devi Poo is going to have to fight. Devi Poo is going to have to fight, man. Auntie, come on, man. Let's not call her Auntie Schofield. Why you call him Auntie Schofield? Kid Austin's dad getting on my nerves like Bill. Look, man, all these dudes. Oh, gee, that's his mother. Oh, that's nice. Oh, okay, thanks. All right, all right, hey, man, shout out to Team Schofield. I was like, wow, we got Schofield fans in here now. That's what's up, though. Ooh, we got some shit to talk. Yeah. Come on up, Phoenix. Phoenix, I'm exhausted, bro. Oh, my dad is making like a full recovery from his stroke. He's already in rehab. Floyd Schofield putting a hurting on dude. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Oh, man, I'm hurting today. Oh, I can't lie, man. I am hurting. What up, Phoenix? I need the hate today. I need the hate, Phoenix. Where
I
you
got
at?
it. You know I got it. So yeah,
Thanks, man. I need it.
let's
Woo,
start
I'm
off
hurting.
hating on Mr. Turkey. Let's start off the hate with Mr. Turkey. But first, glad to hear your dad's making a recovery, man, because I know how that stuff goes.
Yes, sir. Woo.
But yeah,
So,
man. See Bob Arum, he showed Turkey the proper way to shake a hand. Hey, he shook with the right hand. He held Turkey's wrist in place with the left hand and let him know, like, hey, man, we're not doing that hand holding shit. And I ain't about to shake your left hand.
oh yeah, he grabbing me, pulled him, and he gave him the black man hug. Pulled him in.
Yep. Dapped him up.
Yeah, yeah, Bob, man, dap. Nah, nigga, we dapping.
uh, he's like, nah, you ain't about to get me.
Yeah, nah, dog, we
Yeah,
dapping it up.
man. He's like, I ain't one of these inexperienced people. I ain't about to be out here doing all this hand holding like it's ring around the rosy and skip to my loo. Nah, nah. We don't do that here. So yeah, he shut that down. And man, I was excited when I seen that video of Brian Norman Jr. talking about the fight. So I said, hell yeah,
Oh, said the fight
man.
sign.
Yeah,
You said
Turkey
what?
posted it like Turkey posted this clip of Brian Norman Jr. He was saying, thank you, Turkey, for the fight. It's on me and Devin Haney in November. So I was like, okay. So if it's on in this, I sent you the clip on IG.
I
But
did. I
yeah,
saw it. I saw it. That's why I
yeah,
did. I
yeah.
want to happen. Yeah, that's why I put you were the one that told me. Yeah, it's good.
Yes, I was like, yeah, the Devin Haney era about to end. About to
Woo.
end. Like an era that has been, you know, defined by lies, ass whoopings, suings, crying, eating birthday cake through a straw, like all this
Oh, let's also
stuff
add. I see Anton.
that
Let's also add
the
a.
Devin
Let's also add a. I put you on mute because that. Okay, that's better. Yeah, it was loud for a second. Okay, cool. Go ahead, man. Go ahead. I'll let y'all cook first. Thank y'all for coming up here and cook today. I'm
Oh yeah,
hurting.
yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Man,
What
I,
were
I,
we
I will
talking about
say
in this
this,
last
man.
fight?
I was happy to see Deontay Wilder back.
He looked good, man. What'd you think about it?
What I thought about it is like you could tell that ring rust set in, and you could tell that maybe his reaction and reflexes ain't there
Slowed.
yet. Because that's what happens. It depending on the type of fighter, because not everyone's the same. But like, you go in, it take a little bit to get your fight sense back, and that's what I looked at this fight as. Like somebody who would be motivated to try and win, and also not get knocked out. But like, it's for him to go in and like ease his way back into the ring because like like I've been saying, that third fight with Fury was like the last time Wilder was in the ring and like actually fought. He didn't really fight against Lanius, Zhang,
Right.
or Parker. No, he was just in there. And so, it's kind of good to see him get back to what he was doing before he started fighting Tyson Fury because, like, back then, well, even up until the third fight, like most people don't know this, but when they looked at estimates by CompuBox, we say estimates because they're not perfect, but they had Canelo, Spence, and I think it was those two, but definitely Wilder. Wilder was top three in boxing overall for jabs. Like not many people know that. Like they had made that announcement for the stats like during his rematch with Luis Ortiz. But like most people don't know that Wilder was, really using his jab before all that. So that's one thing that was good to kind of get him back to. And man, like there were a couple of right hooks he threw that just barely missed. I was like, man, like he would have decapitated dude. Like that dude would have been stuck, looking right for the rest of his life if he would have been hit with one of them things, man. Because the way that Wilder threw them, I was like, man, you don't even want to get hit with one of them things accidentally. Like they was about to decapitate him. But there was another interesting thing. How come that man took a knee and then nobody complained? How come that man took a knee and the referee Didn't say nothing. He called it a slip, let the fight continue. That man took a knee, and then nobody's calling for the sanctioning bodies or the athletic commission to be investigated. Nobody's saying the ref should be fired and never been in the ring again. What's going on here? And he wasn't even the A side. We know Wilder was the A side. What's going on, man? This shit ain't right.
I'm,
How that
I'm,
man
I'm,
how that man got away with taking a knee like that? Huh?
I'm glad Wilder tried to throw the left hand. He was throwing the left hook. I haven't
Yeah.
really seen like he was trying to get the left hook off and and
I
and,
think he
and
shit.
set
I
up
think
for
he
that
sla- I
round. It's
think he
pretty good.
snapped him with an uppercut too, didn't he? I think he
Yeah,
snapped
yeah,
him there with an uppercut.
Yeah, he
he did.
did.
Yeah, you should see his second fight with Luis Ortiz, or both fights with Luis Ortiz. You'll see that. You
Did
know,
y'all
go
see
go
the
back and
Billy
check him.
uppercut? Did y'all see the
Ooh
Billy
wait,
uppercut
The
before
who
ooh
fight?
wait,
Jamal gets here?
The
Did
who
you,
fight?
Christian and Billy? Christian and Billy,
man.
the middleweight. Do you
Oh
remember?
yeah,
You ever seen George
he's a
Foreman's? You ever
monster,
seen the
man.
George Foreman? You ever seen the
The
George
drive
Foreman
by.
uppercut where he just walk up and hit Cooney with that uppercut and just drop him?
Uh-huh.
Man, it
Yep.
was one of them uppercuts, though. It was really was. It was a nasty uppercut that and Billy hit that
That
dude with.
dude built like a football player, man. He's strong, man. Street
Yeah,
Go
we
ahead,
and
fighter.
we
man. I
call
cut
that
you off.
uppercut. Go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I liked it to see. I love what I seen from Wilder because of the long layoff and everything. I liked the variety of punches that he was putting on. He was throwing the jab, he was throwing his left, he was using the uppercut, even when dude was ducking down and trying to, get the ref to keep trying to tell him to stay off his head. Wilder was still punching, trying to get some shots in. I would like to see him go to the body a little bit more. I think he could do some real damage if he really invests in the body with that power that he has. But um, maybe we could just get a Anthony Joshua and Wilder fight, and they ride off into the sunset, man. That's what I'm hoping for.
Don't expect it. They don't want that, man. AJ, that shit with AJ was such a disgusting thing, man.
It
Yeah, but like,
is.
what's left? What's left? Like AJ has already talked about retirement. We know Wilder probably retires soon. Let's just get the fight and pay them a lot of money and let them ride off into the sunset, man. I don't see what else
Oh,
is left for them.
Wilder said that he's not looking to go ahead and retire soon. Like he wants to come back and get back in a good space in boxing and keep on improving. And like he said, like he himself said, I don't know if you've seen the press conference, but like that's probably one of the best Deontay Wilder interviews that he's had in a minute. But yeah, he was talking about he wants to add more to his toolbox and become a complete fighter. It's just like if you go back and watch Wilder like throughout his whole career, like there's like this one guy Spilka or whoever, I think it was like Anatoly Spilka or something, like some weird last name, but like he was that dude the Wilder caught with the counter straight right and like spun him around and shit when he fell down, and then it was like, or was it
Oh, you
Arthur?
talking about
Arthur Spilka, the Polish
Spilka?
Yeah,
guy in New York. Yeah, Arthur
yeah, and
Spilka. They
then
stretchered him out. Yeah,
yep. And then like that was a good fight for Wilder. And then there was like another one where like the dude wasn't going down, but like it eventually became like a TKO stoppage because like the dude's face was swole up. It looked like he had a second head growing out his forehead. I
you're
forget
talking about
who
that
that one
French
was.
guy. He had never been
Yeah.
down in his career. I forgot his name. But
And
Penvetkin
Wilder,
fought him when
yeah,
Penvetkin was doped up. He failed the drug test. That guy must have needed money. He went over to Russia, and Penvetkin stopped him. Penvetkin was like Bane. That motherfucker had tested positive. They canceled the Wilder fight, and that dude, I forgot his name. He's a French dude. Yeah, that dude was tough as nails.
yeah. So like looking at that fight, and then if you've seen like the both of the Luis Ortiz fights, like you'll see more so in the second one with Luis Ortiz, like Wilder, like he had a good left hook to the body in that one, and like he was catching because Ortiz is a southpaw, so he was catching him right behind his lead shoulder, which is like right there close to the liver. So he was doing that while he was stepping to the outside and turn Luis Ortiz around and stuff. So that was like the Fury fights, like the second one and especially the third one, like Wilder kind of got away from a lot of that stuff, because he's like, yeah, I just got to get this dude up out of there. Otherwise, he's going to outbox me. But like, if you go back and look at his earlier fights, like you'll see that he did have more punch variety than he showed against Fury. It's just I don't know, like he kind of got away from that. But it's good to see him like working on those things, and this is the way you're supposed to do it. Like, he fix your stuff outside the ring. That's what he said he had to do. He had some mental stuff going on. He had some emotional stuff going on. Spoke with like a sports psychologist, and got his mind right. And he's like, yeah, you got to get my mind right because it's like, I don't want that stuff weighing on me while I'm trying to think about what I'm supposed to do in a fight, and then having all that bog me down while trying to figure out an opponent is not good. Like, that's basically the gist of what he was saying. So he's like, yeah, I had to go ahead and make sure I was good, like on both fronts, so that way I can come in and execute the way that I want to. And he's like, yeah, I just want to keep on improving. I want to, become a better boxer. I want to become a complete boxer. And I have to say, you know, that's a lot better than Devin Haney because Devin Haney done got his ass whooped and didn't want to change not a damn thing. And that's something that shows growth for Wilder. He didn't get no birthday cake. He just said, "Man, let me fix myself, make sure that I can improve, and that's it." But you know, not everybody is built that way, especially not Devin.
What's your take? Come on.
Yeah, for none. I was hoping Typical Ball in Phoenix was saying Shane Mosley, these Haney-acts were hyping up Shane Mosley working with the Haneys, but I sent you that fight hype video where Shane Mosley was exposing the Haneys. I was hoping you were going to do a video on that. Did you see that?
Man, my dad had a stroke. Okay.
No, it was after that.
No, man. Seriously, I know. My dad has been in rehab, man. Please don't ask me about making videos today. I'm not going to be making any videos for today, or I haven't made any videos in the last 3 days. No,
I didn't know, bro. I just tuned in. My bad.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, I'm not, like literally, dude. I have not made any videos. I didn't have any live streams. I didn't do any of that all weekend. Nothing.
I didn't even tune in. I just didn't even know you were live, and I just came on like
that's
live.
good. That's good. No worries.
I know what video you speaking of, though, Kamal, where he was talking about the game plan and the sparring and stuff like that. And then when they got to the ring, it was something totally different.
Yep. Hey, what about with Roy Jones? Because David Benavidez is a trainer with Roy Jones. They said Devin Haney just snuck in. What is that?
Say that again.
They said Devin Haney snuck in, like, because David Benavidez working with Roy Jones. So then, like, there was that one picture that came out a few weeks ago with Devin Haney had popped up, and they're like, man, he just snuck into the whole thing, is what some people was saying. I was like, damn.
He snuck into a press conference with David Benavidez.
No, the training camp, because David Benavidez is training with Roy Jones. So like they said, Devin has snuck in. Like, I don't even know, like, if they meant like he initially wasn't invited, or you found out about it and just decided to pop up.
Working with Roy, like, I'm jumping in, like, let me in.
Yeah,
that's why they were taking pictures together. I was wondering why, like, Haney was with David Benavidez and like taking pictures with them. That explains it.
Yeah, that's what that was. So that's kind of funny.
We do have a fight, though. We have a fight.
Yeah, I think they was forced. I think they was forced into that fight.
Hell yeah, they were forced.
I think that what happened is, first of all, Devin only has one leg to stand on, and that leg is Turkey. No other promoters want to do business with them. So when Bill put that fake hit list out, it came back to bite him in the ass. Because after Turkey made that Tom and Jerry comment, or whatever the case may be, after he put that hit list out, and then Brian Norman and them, because you see the interview, Brian Norman and Bill got triggered because Brian Norman put it out there that Turkey approached them first. And then Tay Jones also put it out there that Bill and Devin, they didn't want that fight. But it came back to bite him in the ass because Turkey was like, hey, if you want my money, then I need you to fight this, that, and the third. Turkey is going to set everybody up. He's going to set everybody up to put them in a fight with somebody. If you notice, all of his guys that he say is his guys, Devin versus Brian Norman, Bud versus Canelo, Hamza Taraz versus Berlanga.
Let me ask you a question, but here, though, keep a pin in it, right? Because I want you to be able to continue to cook. Dog, Bob Arum don't make fights for young champions unless he is 80% sure that kid is going to win. So
exactly.
And Turkey will throw your ass in there with a fucking bear.
And that's what he's doing. And that's exactly what he's doing. Go ahead.
we gonna have to come up with a song for that day. Like here, you know how Roy Jones had his one track he did when he was rapping, "Can't Be Touched." We're
Y'all
gonna have to do the
motherfuckers got,
death.
hey, real quick, pull out
Yeah.
band and says Brian Norman Jr. is an extreme challenge, damn near suicide for Dev. Who'd pose the same level of challenge for Tank, in your opinion?
Gary Antoine Russell.
Not for
At
damn
one,
near suicide. Yeah, probably Gary Antoine Russell. That's probably If he went
At
out and fought
140. Gary
Russell,
Antoine Russell at the full 140. Yeah.
yeah, I think that's a good.
yes.
I think you're
Yep.
right about that.
Most likely.
If Brian Norman, because I haven't really seen a fight where he really had to do it. If he can cut the ring off, man, Devin in trouble. If he can cut that
Well,
ring
at the
off,
at the
he's in
same
trouble.
time, there's one thing to consider with that too. He might not even have to be able to cut the ring out. 'Cause, like, the thing with Devin is you got to either be able to keep up with him athletically, or you got to be able to cut the ring off. Like Ryan Garcia, he had both. And so from the get go, Devin wasn't going to get away from that left hook. But Brian Norman Jr., he's still coming up on his prime, and he's still athletic enough and explosive enough where Devin, he doesn't really have like elite footwork. Elite footwork means like when and where to move, not necessarily that you fast on your feet. You can make a small adjustment, and your footwork, it'll make you look faster than somebody who's bouncing around the ring just because you know how to move properly. And it'll make it feel like they can't touch you. Like Floyd, like you look at him, like he could stand right in front of you, take a half step back, all this and that. Everybody keeps saying he running, he running, he running, but like he's making right moves, and it's not like he's jumping halfway across the ring. Like that can work with cutting off the ring too if you know how to move. So that's the thing with Devin. Since he doesn't really move that great, it could backfire on him if he think he's going to be able to get away from that all night. Like the best example I could give in recent fights would be Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko, because Teofimo can't cut the ring off for nothing. But his athleticism let him keep up with Lomachenko, shifting angles and moving around and stuff just because he was fast enough. So that's where Brian Norman Jr., if he can't cut the ring off, he can still keep up with Devin just because of that.
Devin is going to be running, 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 running.
Wouldn't it be funny if he rolled his ankle during all that running and then he got to limp around the ring while trying to avoid them punches?
Well, anyway, but back to real quick on Anton's point. I do believe Bill Haney was forced, man, because he was throwing hissy fits at me on Twitter. Like Bill is so fucking obvious that I know that it's him talking to me, even if he has a fake name over it. So you better believe he was all, you're bald headed, da 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 da, this, that. And I was like, oh, it's Bill, bitch ass. Nigga, your son is done. And when I told him, and I told you this, Bill, your son is done. Your son is finished, bro. Brian Norman Jr. is going to take a chunk out his ass, bro. Or you're going to run around and you're going to lose because you're running around. Hell no, he didn't want that fight, man. Brian Norman Jr. is exactly what Devin Haney does not want.
Exactly.
Somebody that is the same size as him, somebody that can crack, somebody that is young, and somebody that can also box. He doesn't want that shit. Because Devin can't crack a fucking egg. He can't crack an egg. What the fuck is he gonna do to keep Brian? Unless Brian Norman Jr. doesn't have a jaw. Unless Brian Norman Jr. has got a glass jaw. I mean, he must have. Ain't no way. Because Devin couldn't bust a glass jaw. What am I talking about? Even if Brian Norman Jr. does have a glass jaw, fucking Devin ain't gonna knock him out because shit, Yuriokas Gamboa got a glass jaw and his ass couldn't do nothing with that. They gave him a couple glass jaws to try to get him to beat, and he couldn't knock him out. So but I'm happy though. I'm gonna be talking about this fight, Bill. I'm gonna be selling this fight. And if your son beats Brian Norman Jr., but I'm telling you, bro, I don't think he is.
He was forced into it. And I want to pick up on what you and Anton said, because this is what I said last week. I don't know if you caught it. I said for the kind of money Devin wants, nobody's going to be paying him to fight guys like Jose Ramirez. They're going to make him fight dangerous dudes. And what did I say last week? I said the only two fights, I don't know if you remember this, Fanon. I said the only two fights for him are Blair Cobb, and I said Brian Norman Jr. And I said, you fight Blair Cobb, you get knocked out by Blair Cobb, or the risk is high, you're not going to get paid much. I mean, you could get paid a little bit, but probably half or a third of what you're going to get paid to fight Brian Norman Jr. And so they were forced into this fight because no one was going to meet their outlandish financial demands with no leverage. Remember, he dropped his WBC belt to duck Sandor Martin, so he can't immediately go to the WBC as a champion at 140 and say, I want my immediate title shot at 147. He doesn't have that belt leverage. So, and he also doesn't have, he's not on any kind of momentum because, he had the Ryan Garcia performance, loss, whatever you want to call it, asterisk, because it's not an official loss. And then he had the Jose Ramirez
You can call it an ass whooping. It was an ass whooping.
We could call it ass whipping. So he got beat, where it was tooting all over the ring and just falling, and the referee, Harvey Dock, saved him from a few more knockdowns. We really should have been knocked down 6 times, only 3 official knockdowns, right? So Turkey said, yeah, I'll work with you, but I'm going to give you the right kind of opponent to guarantee a fight, because I'm not going to put up big money to have you fight Teofimo Lopez, because you and Teofimo Lopez, because as per Phoenix was saying, it's going to be a stinker because Teofimo Lopez doesn't know how to cut off the ring. He hasn't demonstrated the big power at 140. So I'm not going to pay Teofimo Lopez the same kind of money I would pay him to fight a dangerous opponent like Boots, who is that guy. Everybody thought he thinks he's that guy. Or I'm not going to pay you and Devin the same kind of money I was going to pay you guys to fight. And so Haney was forced into a corner because he could fight somebody lesser known or somebody higher known with the same amount of risk but a higher reward. And so, yeah, his hands were tied. He was forced in this fight. He wrote a check he couldn't cash. And so, yeah, we got to fight now. So it's not like, it's just like when people are like, oh, you got to give Haney credit for going to Australia twice. He went to Australia. He fought Crocodile Dundee in Australia twice. No, he didn't have any choice because
and he was the youngest to do it.
DAZN told him, Eddie Hearn told him, well, not DAZN, really. DAZN told him, we're not going to overpay for you. We're out of the Devin Haney business. So you want to go get undisputed? We're not going to pay for it. And then Russia had invaded Ukraine.
Hold on 1 second. I'm sorry. Just put a pin on this. I have to respond to Devin Haney or somebody in Devin Haney's crew. This dude, Kian, that always comes by. Dude, I don't want to call you dumb because I'm really trying to be a nice person, but I need for you to think about shit before you write it, bro. 1 minute he's ducking because he didn't want that shit. That's what he was doing, cussing Brian Norman out. He didn't want that fight. You could tell he didn't want that fight. And yes, he is now being forced into the fight because there's nothing else he can do. Turkey Al-Sheikh gave him the Brian Norman fight. He doesn't have the power to tell Turkey Al-Sheikh to give him a different fight. There's no Ryan fight for him. Yeah, so exactly. Yes, he was forced into this fight by his daddy's stupidity and the result of his daddy and his stupidity. What's he going to go to? Al Heyman? Al Heyman don't want him. Who's he going to go to? Where's he going to go? Turkey Al-Sheikh's already saying that we're not going to have runners. And he puts Devin in there with a guy that's not a runner. So, yeah, he got forced into it. And then his demands are unreasonable. I don't know anything about his demands. It's almost like there's nothing he could do. No, bro, you just created some shit. All of these fucking things can be reasonable. 1 minute he was ducking. Yeah, he could be ducking by making unreasonable demands and then getting forced into the fight. All of those different, what do you call those? What do you call that, Kamal? He's ducking. What are those different sections of the sentence called? The first section, the second sentence, the third section of the sentence. Each one of those 3 can be true. All of them can be true at the same time, bro.
Subject, verb, and complement?
No,
3 components of the sentence?
You talk about mutually exclusive or something?
This is what I'm trying to say. 1 minute he's ducking, because yes, that's true. He was forced into the fight. That's true. And yes, he could have unreasonable demands because Devin Haney tends to have unreasonable fucking demands, dude. You know that to be the fucking case. The man wants to make a bunch of money and he's losing everybody money.
They're not mutually exclusive. Yeah, but Phoenix
that's
said.
what I mean. Yeah, they can all sections of that can work together. But nice conclusion. Anyway, go ahead, man.
No, I was just saying, man, when people were trying to give Devin Haney credit for going to Australia and fighting Kambosos as the B-side, you can't give him credit because that's his only option. They act like he had a choice to fight Kambosos in America, and he didn't have a choice. I mean, again, he was forced into this fight because, like Fanon said, nobody was going to pay him the kind of money that he and Bill wanted for a Jose Ramirez type fight. He was going to have to fight a dangerous person. If he went to PBC, same thing with Teofimo Lopez. Tio's trying to go to PBC and cherry pick like Canelo is, asking for welfare checks for easy opponents. Well, Tio doesn't have the fan base. Okay, so Devin, if he did go to PBC, which I don't think that would have been an option, Al would have been like, okay, we'll pay you what you weigh, but we're going to put you on pay-per-view against Gary Antoine Russell at the full 140. And Bill and Devin were going to be like, no, I'm not going to get that kind of money that I want. So 100%, he was forced, just like he was forced in the Kambosos fight. Nobody's going to overpay him with no. Devin's the kind of guy who needs a belt. He's the kind of guy who needs a belt to get people, to get momentum, to get mandatories and people in the ring to fight him. Without that, he's not going to get these big fights for these huge paydays that he's used to. So that's what it is. But I said it last week before this fight even came to existence. I said he only had 2 opponents, one of which was not going to be appealing because he was not going to get near the kind of money that he's used to for fighting a Blair Cobb.
Real quick, Mr. Massey says in the Cash App, thank you, said for Haney. Haney got Haney got to look different for this Norman fight. He has to. But on the positive side of Devin, say Devin goes in there and puts on just a dominating performance and stops Brian Norman.
I'm sorry, that was funny, man.
Hey, man, I tried to get this shit out, dog. Okay.
Am I watching Bill Murray's Groundhog Day, Fanon? That last statement was Groundhog Day.
Oh, man. Barry Allen gonna have to switch the timeline for that.
Let me do these last two. These are only 2 Cash Apps I got to get to. My Uncle Dre's finest member for 62 months. Thank you, bro. Said, may God continue to keep your dad. I will keep your dad in my prayers. Please do. And stay out, my brother. Peace and love, good health and prosperity. Thank you, bro. That means a lot, man. And my noob said, it's incredibly clear what happened if you aren't stupid. Bill got his hand forced because the only one that is willing to pay him is Turkey. He didn't want the fight. Hell no, the dude was cussing me, trying to cuss me out. All pissed off because his son about to get his ass beat. Go ahead, though. Go ahead. That was on you. Come on. If you remember what you were saying.
Yeah, no, I do. I remember. So it's common sense, man. If you guys have any kind of critical thinking skills like Phoenix, like Anton, like Fanon, or Logic, you could see what the game plan was. The Haneys have been overpaid for the longest, and relative to their true market value, Turkey comes in and says, after that statement, I'm not going to pay runners. So Turkey's looking at the fight with Ramirez. He's like, I'm not going to give you another guy like that is not going to that I'm not guaranteed to get at least some kind of action. And if Haney somehow beats Brian Norman Jr., I'll give him his props, but we're not in another multiverse. That would take place in another multiverse. Or there are going to be some shenanigans a la what happened to Floyd Schofield Jr., where there's some voodoo boogaloo that's put in Brian Norman Jr.'s drink or something, and he's got bubble guts going in. They put prune juice in his water or something like that. He's got that Breland broth that Wilder had, and he's feeling sleepy and drugged up. That's how Devin Haney's gonna beat him. The Breland broth. Yep. He's got some prune juice or something, apricots they put in Brian Norman Jr.'s drink.
Shoot. If they over there in Saudi, they're gonna give him that Metamucil camel hump. That shit gonna run through him. But nah, man. Hey, Devin Haney.
Phone calls, man.
Devin Haney need help, like you were saying, Kamal. Like the other thing that people is forgetting is we've had promoters openly come out and say they're not going to work with Devin. Like Oscar, he said he's never going to put one of his fighters in with Devin, never. And so you got to thank Bob Arum for putting Brian Norman up in there.
Never going to put him in. Oscar will never give another fight to Devin. No chance.
Nope.
Who the fuck would? I mean, seriously, who would? He sued for battery. He sued for battery.
Yep. His next stop is BLK Prom.
And that was his only other option.
Right there with Deontay.
That was his only other option.
In Wichita next time.
Nah, Devin gonna be on Twitch TV.
His only other option was going over there like Deontay. No offense to Deontay, I think Malik Scott and Tyson Fury ruined him. I really think he's made a lot of money. He made a promise to his daughter. I think he should get out of the sport. Period.
Did you see the fight?
I didn't watch it.
He looked a lot. He looked rusty, but I thought he looked good. He looked really rusty, but he looked good. He just beat the dude up. He wasn't doing. He looked. Would you agree that he looked a little more technically sound, Phoenix? Like that's what he was focusing on. Like he was really focusing on breaking that dude down. Unless he got a big
Yeah,
shot, he looked
Yeah.
good.
yeah,
To
he
me.
he looked composed, and he looked like he was doing what he needed to do, like working on the stuff that he didn't train, and that's good because another thing he said in that interview after, sparring is different from an actual fight, and it's good to actually be up in there and be able to work on it in an actual fight. Most fighters can't do that.
Well, he's got an actual trainer now.
He
Malik
looked
Scott
poised
was
and
a
he
yes
looked patient
man.
in there.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh,
I've
he's
seen
fighting
like
Malik Scott?
before. Yeah, because I seen some training clips before the fight, and I was like, oh, that's not Malik Scott. That means he got somebody new, and he was working on some new stuff, not none of that stuff that Malik had him working on, like with the glove on his stick and none of that. Wasn't doing none of that. He was doing like some real work, like on the pads and stuff, shifting angles and all this and that. So yeah, like he actually got that guy. And Malik Scott did put a statement out. He said that they parted on good terms with this and stuff. Yeah, they're not working together no more.
Burr 101 said Devin might injure himself in camp. I just put the link in there for you.
Hey, but let's talk about my guy. Always must see
Christian
TV.
Christian
Christian
and Billy.
and Billy. Nobody has ever done that to Maciej Sulecki. Sulecki's a good fucking fighter. He destroyed Maciej Sulecki. It was like a knife going through warm butter. I'm telling you,
Man,
if Crawford really wanted a tune-up and was really trying to win this Canelo fight and not just a cash grab, he would have done a tune-up against somebody like Christian and Billy, and that would have been a dangerous fucking fight for Crawford. He would have never taken that fight. So now Christian and Billy goes to the undercard of the Canelo Alvaroy, president of the Juice Crew, along with Eddie Cartel Reynoso and Z-Side Bud undercard. Christian and Billy must see TV, always delivers, doesn't work for overtime. My guy gets it done when he can get it done. He doesn't have to do this. He realizes boxing is get out there and get your opponent if you outclass him or if you can, and get him out of there. Christian and Billy must see TV. He's going under the radar because of Floyd Schofield. Salute to Floyd, but nobody's talking about Christian and Billy.
man, hey, that uppercut, that was like, that Mortal Kombat fatality uppercut, where you smack their head off and like the spinal cord comes
Yeah,
out too.
that was brutal, bro.
Hey, it was one of them things that he hit him with.
Selecki he gave Danny Jacobs a tough fight. He gave Boo Boo Andre the tough fight. Selecki knocked out Hugo Centeno Jr. That guy's a quality operator. And Christian and Billy dismantled him. Salute to Christian and Billy. He is exciting to watch, and I look forward to it. And you may beat the guy, but like I said, you're gonna go through hell and back to beat him, Billy. You're gonna take some fucking shots.
Man, he set that uppercut up so nice too. Just lifted his ass. He lifted. 2 Cent was here. All right, 2 Cent. 2 Cent in the building. What's on your mind, 2 Cent? But yeah, you're right. Christian and Billy's like that. You right.
What's going on, y'all? What's up? I hear y'all talking about the Devin Norman thing. And my whole thing with the fight, first of all, they dropped another documentary about Devin on that Exodus file.
Hold on. Ken, I'm gonna throw your ass out of here. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. You can stop talking to Phoenix. Phoenix, the Phenomenal Show don't got to come up here. I've talked to you before, bro. You're a shill, okay? And I'm gonna block you. I don't usually do it, bro, but you're getting on my fucking nerves, man. I've talked to you multiple times, bro. You're one of these cats that think because you're polite that people don't know what the fuck you're on, bro. Okay? So get your journalist ass or whatever the fuck reason you coming around here, and you can get the fuck on, bro. Because Phenomenal Show is a real supporter of the channel, bro. You're not going to call him up here and have no conversations with him. You can get the fuck, bro. I know exactly who you are. I know exactly what you on, dog. So beat it. You have been on here before, and I have to dismantle you every fucking time. But you do it with a smile and being polite. But I know what angle you're really coming from, dog. That's just your presentation is polite. I don't give a fuck about your presentation. I give a fuck about the things you say. I know when somebody's trying to soft pedal me. You're a soft peddler, bro. So get the fuck on. Leave Phenomenal Show the fuck alone. He really supports the channel and is really trying to get behind the truth. You are nothing but a fucking shill who comes up here to pass certain people's arguments to me. And I know, but I will be polite to you when you talk to me. But it's not that I don't know what you're on, okay? You just have a different way that you present it. You present it nice. You ask questions. You want clarifications, all that bullshit, okay? But you can bug off wasting phenomenal show time, bro. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, I was just saying I don't know who they pissed off in the industry that they got a whole channel dedicated to them making documentaries about them and Victor Conti. I think that's strange. I'm curious who's behind that channel. But the Brian Norman
You're
fight,
talking about that Exodus file stuff?
yeah, they dropped a new documentary yesterday.
I haven't seen it, man.
And I emailed it to you, Fanon. No disrespect or anything. I emailed it to you last night.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. So everybody told, I just heard about it now. I'll go through the emails and check it out.
Yeah.
If Exodus Files did it, more than likely somebody's ass is pent up.
Yeah. They keep saying how they know so much behind the scene information. I'm like, just say it then. Like, why do y'all keep doing this? But the Brian Norman, the Devin Norman fight, I mean, I think it's a good fight if it happens. Brian Norman is a true welterweight, so and Devin hasn't fought at 47 yet. So everybody's like, oh, the fight gonna be at 47. It's gonna be at 47. Devin said 47. Is it gonna be at 47? Is it gonna be at 47? He hasn't even fought at 47 yet. In his first fight there gonna be Norman. And then it's like, it's Brian, Bill, and Turkey we're dealing with. Like, how credible are they about announcing a fight or saying a fight has happened? Turkey has a history of announcing fights and saying things are going to happen. We haven't even made the deals yet with the fighters. So we'll see if this fight actually happened. November is a long time. I think people's response to it is kind of weird. They're like, oh, Devin should get all the credit. Devin taking the tough fight. Oh, Devin I'm like, guys, he's taking a fight. Like, I don't understand where this extra praise should come from because he's taking a fight with Brian Norman. A lot of people believe he's the best fighter at 147. I disagree. What do y'all think about that?
I don't know who the best fighter at 147 is now that Gervonta Ennis is gone. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Brian, I think my thoughts are I'd take Brian Norman over Mario Barrios. Who's the other one?
What about Rolly?
Oh yeah, of course.
Hey, he slayed.
You got Norman over Rolly?
Brian Norman. I'll still go with Brian Norman over Rolly. Yeah,
I don't know either. I'm with two cents. I don't know.
I got Rolly over Brian Norman, bro. Come on.
No. It's hard for me to put Rolly over Brian Norman. Brian Norman's a young kid. I know what Rolly is. I know what Rolly. Rolly's got talent. He's talented. He's strong. I just don't know, man.
He can make adjustments, and he's getting better.
You got ring action.
And he's at a more comfortable way where he's more full strength.
Okay, I mean, he did whoop Brian. He did whoop Brian up.
Embarrassing.
He looked good too. He looked good. He's disciplined. He has control. He can make adjustments. He has power. He's been getting better. Like, I don't know why everybody keep hating on Rolly. Like, y'all gonna be mad when Rolly fool around and be unified at 147. Then what y'all gonna say?
Hey,
I'm gonna say that 2 Cent knew some shit that I didn't know. That's what
I've been saying. Hey, I've been saying this about Rolly for the past 2 years. I've been saying it. I've been saying that Rolly smacked both Devin and Shakur.
What'd you say? I can't hear you.
I've been saying that Rolly smacks both Devin and Shakur.
You think Rolly beat Shakur?
Man,
God,
And
you
we
picked
gonna take his
Rolly.
L1.
Rolly. Didn't you pick Rolly over Ryan?
Yep.
You did pick Rolly over Ryan.
And I said Rolly can beat Ryan. I don't know why everybody acting like Ryan just about to watch Rolly. I don't know why people was acting like that.
All three of us
Because I
did.
was wrong. I thought he was. Shit, I was wrong. I was one of the people who thought he was gonna wash him.
All three of us did.
I was just dead wrong.
And 2 Cents, we all said that Rolly's a dangerous
did.
fight.
Hey, okay.
If you go back and watch that pit bull fight, y'all will really see Rolly's improvement. Even though he lost, that was his best fight. And when he came out and said that he was drained, it made more sense to me as to why he was staying in those exchanges too long with Pitbull, because he was too drained to be able to get out fast enough. That's really the biggest mistake he made in that fight, was staying in those exchanges too long with Pitbull.
Yeah, the other thing was Pitbull. you gonna need like a monster truck to run his ass over because he could take a punch. Like Rolly was hitting him with some clean counters from the outside. Like the way that he was timing Pitbull and hitting him, I was surprised that he didn't at least wobble Pitbull because
Hey, I'll be back. I gotta grab
Rolly
my
can
phone.
hit.
I'll be right back.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, because Rolly could catch. Like Pitbull wasn't really catching him until later in the fight. When he started to slow down. But like at the beginning of the fight, like Pitbull wasn't touching him. Like Rolly's movement was on point. His jab was on point. He would catch Pitbull with the right hand whenever he came in, and like get on up out of there. Like his mistake though was like he didn't really pivot to get back to the middle of the ring. He didn't really keep Pitbull guessing as far as changing direction when he was moving. But I mean, outside of that, like he fought a good fight, like better than most people who fought Pitbull, apart from Rayo and Banks. So that's one of them things where you got to give credit where credit is due. Now, a lot of people gonna listen to that and think we saying Rolly is like master class, versus masterfully ass like Devin. But like, you know, it ain't like we say that we give him like an eight or 8.5 out of 10.
I would like to see Devin and Rolly fight for real. I think that's a good fight also.
I would
But my
love
thing,
that.
That'd
huh?
be the end of Devin Haney.
I would love that. I would
Yeah,
love
I
That'd
would
be
that.
love
the
that fight.
end.
he would clown Devin.
Because
Hey,
Brian Norman, I
hey,
mean, Brian Norman is a decent fighter, but I just feel like the hype Brian Norman is getting, like a lot. He's a decent fighter, but I just need to see more from him. Is how I feel. Yes, he got power, but I mean, any other time a fighter got power, they steady trying to shit on him and say how he ain't got this and he ain't got that, and all he got is power. Now he got power. Now he the best at 147. I'm like, y'all got to make y'all minds up on what type of style y'all like,
You
man.
really got Rolly as being the best at 147. I guess maybe I've not seen enough. Hey, look,
No, I didn't say he
I'll
was the best at 147, but
oh, okay.
I wouldn't say Brian Norman is the best either. Like, what
I
makes
agree.
him the best over Rolly is my question.
I agree because remember when Eddie Hearns was low key trying to make Boots versus Jin Sasaki, and everybody was calling that a cherry pick for Boots. They were like, "Oh man, he's trying to fight another cherry. Boots ain't fought nobody." Then Brian Norman Jr. fights Jin Sasaki, and now he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. So I'm co-signing on that. With I like Brian Norman Jr. I think he's a good fighter. I think he has power, but I mean the hype train may be going a little too fast for him because there was different standards when it came to Boots versus Brian Norman Jr. in terms of Jin Sasaki.
I don't think it's because he fought Sasaki. I think it's because he made dude forget the last 6 weeks of his life. That's what happened. So if you knock somebody out and you erase 6 weeks of their life, like that's damn near a factory reset. So
I mean, he put on the performance, man. You got to give Rolly the credit. I give John. I give Rolly, but I mean, Rolly beat Ryan, which I think is a higher level fighter than probably Jin Sasaki is. Because anytime it's any welterweight from Japan, I ain't buying it. However, the way he bounced his head up off that canvas though, and the way he set that punch up, man, that looked like he set that punch up nicely. It
that
was a
was a
jab
beautiful
to Sasaki.
counter.
Yeah, basically he said it because he jabbed to the body. Jin Sasaki tried to counter jab to the body, go tit for tat with him, and when he did it, bop, that left hook just landed nice, man. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go back and look at some more Brian Norman fights. I definitely saw a lot in Rolly that I did not know was there in that last fight. And Rolly is definitely smart, and he's a lot more. He's not be one of the major dudes clowning all the time. And now he's like focused. So you know,
Well, he's got Ismail
Thank you.
Salas, one of the most underrated trainers in the game from the Cuban school.
oh, because he got rid of old boy.
Yeah,
That's right.
he's with
He got
Ismail
rid of both.
Salas now. Ismail Salas is a beast. He's a great trainer,
Yeah,
Cuban
he's
trainer.
Cuban. My son has a Cuban trainer, and it's so many boxers he be telling me like, oh, this boxer, their trainer's Cuban. A lot of these fighters got Cuban trainers, and that's really made a huge difference for Rolly. It's made a big difference. I don't know what the hell Bullet was doing with Rolly. But he definitely looks like a much better fighter now. See, because Rolly's a fighter, he comes from a martial arts background. He had an awkward style, and I think that's why a lot of people was trying to say he was so sorry because his style was a little awkward. I never thought Rolly was sorry. I didn't think he could beat Tank, but I never felt like he was like a sorry fighter, like he just trash. I don't know why people saying that. And people want to say, "Oh, he got hit by Barroso's," but they don't mention how Barroso's knocks his next opponent out in the first round. Like the man
Yep.
got power for real. It wasn't just Rolly that struggled with Barroso.
Yeah, it was O'Hara Davies that Barroso went ahead and finished in the
Yeah,
first round.
yeah.
So
But
like, yeah,
O'Hara Davis is about as
Well, they were
hey, but
they were
Barroso,
saying that Rolly was ducking O'Hara Davies. Remember, corporate media was like, "Oh, O'Hara Davies, Golden Boy just signed him. Rolly's ducking him. Watch O'Hara Davies, he's dominating." And then they were
they said
quiet
a
as a
few
church
people was
mouse.
ducking him. They said a few people was ducking O'Hara Davies, and I seen that fight. I said, nah. Hey, the crypt keeper done came to take him. But man, hey, old man Barroso, you hear about old man strength. Hey, he got old man strength to the 10th power because hey, see how ancient he be looking. That dude look like he damn near 80. And man, he done summoned like the spirits of his ancestors to go ahead and get that power. Cause man, that shit was crazy. That shit was crazy.
I
But
wonder
I
how
love,
old he actually is. I think he just got an old looking face. I think he
yeah.
just got he just got that old, just a old ass Mayan warrior face. He just looks like one of them statues and shit. But what fights we got coming up, man? What fights are coming up?
We got Clarissa Shields coming up. We got Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor, the trilogy fight coming up. Oh, speaking of Amanda Serrano, MVP promotions, man. Hey, we got to see the preacher's daughter back in action, looking like she ain't lost a step. Even did a backflip after the fight. Yes, yes. So that was
You
good to
talking
see
Holly
Holly
Holm to the
Holm.
backflip?
Yeah, like
She
man,
what she looked like in the fight? Because I didn't get
she
to
looked
see.
good. She looked good. Like man, it looked like she ain't lost a step. And the fact that she ain't been in boxing since like what 2012, 2013 or something, and she came back and looked like that. Hey, I was happy to see it. I was happy to see it.
What weight she
Chavez
fighting at?
Jr.
What
That's
weight she fighting at?
welterweight. Welterweight.
Oh, okay, so she's around a little higher than Alyssa Bumgarner, but okay.
Yeah,
She
people
might
was talking about maybe she fight Baumgartner or even Serrano,
at 147, or she could come down under 147.
or maybe she could come down. 'Cause I think they said was it was it the was it the smallest or biggest? They said it was either the smallest or biggest weight that she's fought at in boxing. So we'll have to see. But that she did have an interview where she mentioned like, yeah, she's here to go ahead and get back in the mix. She's not looking to take no easy fights and just like cruise her way like through the rest of her career. She said she want to get up in there with whoever they're saying is the best right now. And she already had like a pretty impressive record. I think she's like 33, 2-3 is
30,
her
yeah,
is her record.
33, 2 and 3, yeah.
Yeah, so like, yeah, she a beast. Like you go back and watch like any of her previous fights, like she get up in there and fight her hideout or her heart out each time. So she's always entertaining to watch. Like man,
Yeah,
people be
she's
shitting on
fought
these
at like
female fights.
140. She's around this. She admits, I think this is the lowest weight she ever fought at. It was the lowest weight because she was at 145, 150, 142, 139.
Okay,
So yeah, 136 is the smallest she's in. So she basically fought at lightweight, not welterweight. She's a
okay.
pound off that. So she's right there with like she could fuck around and fight like Alyssa Bumgarner, somebody like that.
Hey, that would be dope. I pay for it. I pay for it.
Yeah, absolutely. I
Man, and
would. Yeah, that's good.
congratulations to Jake Paul for putting on a better card than Turkey. Congratulations to him. MVP promotions. Hey, and they said they awarded Floyd Schofield like a bonus for performance of the night.
Oh,
So
for
that's
real?
another thing. Yeah, the MVP promotions put that up on IG. So yeah, you see they doing things the right way. And then I got two more things before I hop off. Jake
Uh-huh.
Paul and Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. came up in there. I swear he was high again because he did the same shit he did with Sergio Martinez, where he didn't realize that he was in the fight until the last 3 rounds before he started throwing punches. He did that same shit. Hey, but man, the sad part is he almost knocked out Jake Paul because the shit that he was hitting him with, I was like, damn. Like, man, hey, if it would have been a 12-round fight, I think we might have seen a finish. I think we might have seen a finish, man, because like,
hey, he can hit. If I
oh
recall
yeah,
correctly, Julio Cesar Chavez can punch.
He wobbled Jake
yeah,
like twice. He wobbled him twice.
yeah, and he didn't start fighting until the end of the fight. Like, if he would have pressed that action a little earlier, because Chavez Jr. is like when we say slow starter, like, man, just half the fight go by before he start punching. And the thing is, like, he just walked them down. Like, Chavez Jr. is a weird ass fighter because he find his range without throwing punches, and then all of a sudden he does jump in and he's landing shit out of nowhere. Like, he don't use no jab, he ain't measure nothing. He just be walking forward, and all of a sudden he just starts throwing shit and they land it. So I don't know, if that's like from the weed he be smoking or what, but like, hey, he just be out there doing that. Then the other one, Floyd Schofield, man, I still say that something funny was up when it came time for
Uh-oh.
him to fight Shakur. Like come on, man. We and this doesn't help Shakur's resume because we seen how much trouble Zepeda went through. Hey man, he went through hell and everything else, the
You
valley of the
can't put
shadow
that
of
on
death and
Shakur's
all that.
resume, man. You gonna try
Yes,
to
we
steal
can.
Shakur? Hold on, now I'm not gonna allow you to steal Shakur shit ahead of time by saying some. I hope you're not trying to say just because Floyd Schofield knocked out Tevin Farmer and Tevin Farmer had great showings against Zepeda that means, is that what you're doing here?
Hey, if they could say that Roach is trash because of what Jamel Herring did, then we could say Zepeda's ass
I didn't
because
say
he
that
couldn't
shit.
get the job done. I
I
know.
didn't say that shit. I
Listen,
just
I
want
know you didn't.
I didn't say that shit. Thank you. I didn't say that shit. Man.
I'm just talking to the haters. I'm talking to the haters
Oh, you're
out there.
talking to the haters. Oh, okay.
I want
That's
to
good.
pitch them off.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
I like what Jake Paul doing. I think it's cool. He's putting on great cards. And this is my thing. This is Jake Paul's first time promoting fights. How come he ain't making dumbass mistakes like Turkey doing?
Because he's not dumb. He's
Because he's
already a
intelligent.
millionaire. He knew
He
how to
was
make money before he came in boxing.
And
Because I'll tell you exactly why it was. Because when he was a little kid, he had a lemonade stand. That's how he knew. That's how he knows. But when Turkey Al-Sheikh was a little kid, he probably had a bunch of servants. This kid
yeah,
had a lemonade stand. This kid had to go buy lemons, get the water, get the sugar, mix it up, get change, sell the lemonade, get there. Oh, and how much did we make? Oh, we made $15, but the lemonade cost 20. Oh, we lost money. We should have sold it for more. Or we should have got cheaper sugar, or we should have got cheaper lemons. And we should have used real lemon instead of actually real lemons. You know, that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? That type of shit is the stuff that will allow you to fucking have a business, man.
exactly. And anybody angry with Jake Paul or hating on him is missing the point. Jake Paul exists and he's popular because your favorite fighters, especially Canelo Alvaroid, are not giving us the fights that we fucking want to see. And Turkey's massively paying for matchups, fetishized matchups like Z Side Bud versus Canelo that nobody's asking for, instead of giving Canelo the money that he demands for a David Benavidez fight. We can argue to the hilt if that fight will
Oh,
ever happen. So Jake Paul exists. He doesn't exist in a fucking vacuum, guys. You jabronis. He exists because your favorite boxers are not giving us the fights that we want to see. Period. People like T-Ho, especially people like Canelo Alvaroid. And especially like guys like what's his name, Eddie Hearns, having AJ duck Wilder when we wanted that fight 10 years ago when both guys were in their peak form. That's why people like Jake Paul exists. It's not some kind of voodoo, it's not some kind of scam. It's because boxing is not giving us the fights we want to see.
yep. Oh, and to
and
touch on
also,
that,
I mean, but people like Jake have always existed. Like Butterbean, you have those people pop up every now and then. It's just that Jake is doing it on another level. And the only issue I'm really having is if they try to rank Jake and get him a belt in a sanctioning body. That's when it's like,
oh, he's
okay,
ranked.
guys, come on now. That's when it's
Oh,
taking it too far because He's not even fighting like in his weight class. Like he's just doing all kind of stuff. He's not fighting boxers. He's not doing none of that. And y'all trying to rank him and get him a championship belt. That's when y'all taking it a little bit too far. And I think it's really strange that people want to start calling Jake the face of boxing. Like that shit is asinine to me. I don't even understand why y'all letting that, come out of y'all mouth. He's not the face of boxing, maybe boxing entertainment, but he's definitely doing a good job with the women fights and putting on those nice undercards.
But here's the thing about Jake. He's fighting opponent levels of opposition no different than any other professional fighter when they first coming up. This was his 12th fight. The only difference is he makes money. He's able to headline. He got fans who's willing to pay for his fight. And there's this weird thing that mentally people can't get the hang of it because they feel like you have to be at the top level before you start making money. It's not the case. You have to have fans, and that's what he has. If he wasn't making as much money as he is, if he wasn't a promoter, people would be talking about how he's the greatest shit ever because he didn't have no amateur background, and he's coming in and fighting guys who, on paper, have a shitload more fight experience than he does. Period. Whether it's boxing or MMA, these are people who have been world champions. These are people who have been world class athletes. Apart from that, it's the YouTubers he's fought. But again, like, look at it. Any fighter coming up, they got people like that who they're going to fight early in their career to build them up and work their way up the ranks. So, when you look at it like that, it's not really that crazy. The problem is that he makes money and somehow people think it's unfair. Like, oh, he's stealing money from fans and all this and that. He's stealing money from fighters who actually deserve it. There's other fighters more deserving of these paydays than him. It's like, okay, well, tell them to tell their fans to buy their fights or get some fans so they can buy their fights. Outside of that, Canelo and Bud, Allegiant Stadium finally updated their schedule last night or Saturday night. They moved that game back from September 13th to like August 23rd or something, and put Bud and Canelo on there.
Oh, they did?
Yeah,
Oh, wow. They pulled it off. Good for them.
We won't know exactly because corporate media is now under Turkey's thumb. But this fight will lose so much money. It'll be one of the worst financial collapses in all of boxing history in terms of how much money it's going to lose because they're paying Allegiant Stadium and paying UNLV to move. That's other money. And again, I said I don't think Netflix is putting any money down. I think Turkey's paying Netflix through his connections with TKO and WWE to stream that fight. And ask yourself this, guys. If Canelo versus Z-Side Bud is the biggest fight since the turn of the century, as Turkey said, the biggest fight in boxing, why isn't it on pay-per-view?
exactly.
If
Exactly.
if everything that you tell me about this fight being in demand, the biggest fight in boxing, this and that, why are you paying Netflix to stream it so everybody can watch it? If it's that much of an in-demand product, if it's bigger than Floyd versus Manny, if it's bigger than Floyd versus Conor, if it's bigger than Canelo's previous fights, you would have put that on pay-per-view.
Exactly, because
Period.
they should be
It
expecting
hasn't even
5
had
million.
time to be that big. It hasn't even had any time, like enough time to be that big. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's been no anticipation. It's been no. I mean, they tried to create a storyline in a short amount of time, but I'm not sure if it did enough. As far as it being the most watched combat sports event in history, like, come on, y'all. Everything is so extreme with Turkey and his marketing.
Exactly, because like look at Tank and Ryan. They had that build up for 3 years before they fought, and it did 1.4 million. But like that's not the case here because like if it like Kamal was saying, if it's really the biggest, they put it on pay per view and they'd be expecting 5 million pay per view buys for it. That shit ain't gonna happen. But
What is
I
the
catch y'all later
agenda?
This
though.
shit
But
is
like,
just,
what do y'all think the agenda is behind doing this?
it's
But
just
now,
a
what do you
fucking
think the agenda
egomaniac.
is behind like spending all of this money and doing all of this and not being profitable?
Sports washing. This shit is, I have no idea what they're doing. I've been beyond confused about what the fuck they're doing because they don't want any money. They're just trying to spend money. And I'm telling you, they're trying to shut out the other people in the market. It's exactly what Turkey said he was going to do. He said he's going to come in here and he's going to ruin a bunch of promoters. He's going to ruin a bunch of managers. That's what he said he was going to do. So I have to assume that they value ruining American boxing enough to pay whatever money they need to do. I don't know. The whole thing seems opulent to me, sounds dumb, and eventually it's going to go away. But, hey, I'm just watching and learning, man, because I have no idea how they would have been able. First of all, I have no idea why they want that in that stadium, because you're not going to make any money in that stadium. But then you just go out of your way to fuck over everybody at UNLV who had a game that day. Now they got to go figure out all kind of other shit to do. The same bullshit you did in Times Square. I mean, I just think he's a fucking dick. That's the only thing I can say. But I mean, it is what it is. It makes no sense, because I don't even want to watch a boxing match in a football stadium. Who the fuck wants to do that? You're going to be looking at a jumbotron. You're sitting way the fuck up way out there for a boxing match. A football stadium is cool for like football, because the field's 100 yards wide. But to be sitting up in the bleachers watching a boxing match, I don't know, man. But hey, we'll see. Maybe it'll turn out to be a great event.
Dana White said himself Dana White said he doesn't like fights. During the press conference, he said he doesn't like fights in stadiums. I'm like, wow. Why would he say that out loud? He said he doesn't like fights in stadiums because you can't create the atmosphere.
You can't see the shit. Seriously, it's like if you put a boxing match, there had been boxing matches in the Superdome, but I guarantee you, bro, the Superdome is hard to see that shit from the bottom. It's hard to see from the political call. These niggas always ask me for money. It's hard to see it's hard to really watch a basketball game in the Superdome or a football game in the Superdome as high up as you go. But it is what it is, man. I don't know. I just say keep it in an arena, but they don't care about losing money, but eventually they're going to get tired of losing money. But I think that they're going to wait until they ruin everybody in boxing who are not going to be able to live that, who are not going to be able to, outlive that. That's what it looks like to me. They're just trying to she's just trying to gut the boxing market. But I would hope that if he catches a clue, then it could be something that could really work for a lot of people. But I mean, I think he's doing it at least he had to pay for that shit to be there, and it didn't wind up going back to Saudi Arabia. So maybe Turki Al-Sheikh got held to that commitment and had to come up a lot of money, or Canelo wouldn't have taken the fight if it didn't get put in Allegiant Stadium. So I don't know. There's just a lot of different things, a lot of ways, a lot of different things that shit could have played out. But without a doubt, it's going to cost a lot of money. A lot of money. And I just don't understand why people want to waste that much money, that amount of money on boxing when it's not doing any good for anybody. That's my thought.
Because they have their pet projects. They have their favorites. They want to overpay them. I mean, that's what it is. It's a combination of a confluence of factors, like you said, Fanon. But again, Turkey has a favorite in Crawford, so he's trying to sell this boondoggle of a fight and this fetishized fight. It's like I don't know if you ever played that video game, Fanon, Fight Night, when it was the boxing game. It was on PlayStation.
Hell yeah!
It's like whenever you you unlock, let's say you have. Oscar De La Hoya, you put him in there with Anthony Joshua, those characters. You could put like a heavyweight. If you were real bad if you were really bad in the game, Fanon, and you wanted to play online, or you wanted to play somebody who was really good, you get like a heavyweight, and their opponent who was really good would get a welterweight. And that's what Turkey's doing with these fetishized fights. It's exactly that. It's like he thinks it's a video game. He thinks life is a game. Let me fly Bacoli, who's 350 pounds, doing who knows what in Congo, fly him immediately not even a day layover to get in a replacement fight. You don't have somebody on standby who could fill in. And you ruin Bacoli's momentum that he had that was going good. It's these kind of fights. It's T.O., who's never fought at 147, going up to fight Jerome Boots in is completely undeserved. It's Crawford, who's clearly just out for the money. It's nothing about his legacy because he didn't take a tune-up. He's been on the shelf. He's not fought a guy like Diego Pacheco, Orlando Iglesias, Christian and Billy, somebody at 168, even hell, one of the Smith bum brothers, the famous Smith family, Paul Smith, those guys, Liam Vegan Smith, fought one of those at 168, fought a Sulecki at 168. He hasn't done any of that. So it's preferential treatment. It's a cash grab, and it's a what we call a dick measuring contest. It's a confluence of everything that you said and all those things.
Jay Grant Jr., bro, beat it. Okay. I'm not interested in you talking. Turkey, it's not Turki Al-Sheikh's money. It's Saudi Arabia's money. But that's fine. If we know that if you have a lot of money, you can do something. If I have $50 billion, I can reschedule a Super Bowl. I'll just give them $50 billion. Here's $50 billion. Turn off the Super Bowl this year. They turn off the Super Bowl for $50 billion. But who gives a fuck? And why would you do it? It's being irresponsible with the money, man. If these guys have all that much money to bring to the United States, man, they can bring it in a way which can really benefit people, where you're investing in the country and you're not just coming into the country to destroy a marketplace that's already here. We don't need Turkey Al-Sheikh for boxing in the United States. We've had boxing in the United States for a century without him. We don't need him. So if he's going to bring money and add something to the fucking equation. Not fucking everybody's fight dates up and you got to be the center of the attention in the United States. Take your big nose, fat fuck ass and go back to Saudi Arabia. Like, seriously, man, I like American boxing, bro. And there's nothing good about this for American boxing, bro. Nothing. You got two, I'll say it, fuck it. You got two steroid monsters about to go fucking fight in a stadium, and who knows how many people are going to show up to this shit, because they're probably going to wind up giving away tickets for free. Fucking stupid. It's just, it looks bad. I haven't even seen what the Exodus Files, what Exodus Files put out on these steroids. But bro, Canelo Alvarez tested positive for steroids and is highly, highly suspicious. Terrence Crawford is about the most suspicious motherfucker on the planet when it comes to juice. I don't know anybody more suspicious than him that has not popped. He got gloves busting in fights and shit. That's the nigga he wants. That's the dude that Turkey wants to put on top. One of the biggest fucking cheaters in boxing. He works with Victor Conti. Jesus. If you're going to bring money and you're going to bring money to the United States, do something good with it. That's why I was happy that that Coach Calvin and Ring Magazine, they did whatever they did with that Fatal Fury stuff, giving out equipment to fighters, to young fighters. That's good stuff. But you just trying to gut an entire ecosystem because you have enough money to drown it out. No, that's not good, bro. But they're taking your money while they're taking your money. I don't understand the shit. I'm telling you, got two of the biggest juiced up looking dudes in boxing about to fight each other in a fight nobody asked for. You guys are laundering so much fucking money, apparently, allegedly. It appears as if you dudes is. Anyway, man, I can't wait for you fuckers to go to jail. That's what I say. Let me get to. I'm telling you, man, I hate sometimes that I didn't become a prosecutor, because I'm sitting here watching you dudes. This shit is suspect as fuck. All of it is. Phoenix the Assassin says, for the show, thank you, Bray. May the fight flop. May Shakur's capping be exposed July 12th. Salute to Jake Paul for putting on a better weekend of boxing than Turkey. May Devin suffer defeat so he and Bill get run the hell up out of boxing. No, I hope Brian Norman starches him. And I ain't gonna lie, bro. I absolutely hope that Brian Norman starches Devin Haney. I would laugh my ass off at Bill Haney. Not at Devin, but I would laugh at Bill. Bill, leave me the fuck alone, dude. I don't want you sending me no more notes. I don't want to talk to you, nigga. Stop hitting me with your burner accounts, dog. I don't want to talk to you, dude. Next one. Hands down says, salute Fanon for keeping it real. I try my best, bro. Sister, because I know hands down is a sister. What's your thought? Did that answer your question too, Sin, or did I just?
Yeah. Because I'm wondering now. I'm like, what type of relationships are you even creating with these people?
He's just lying. Why are you lying? They trying to put pay-per-view out of business? You niggas just come here to lie.
Lie?
You just come here to lie.
God.
You just come here to lie.
Just like DAZN was supposed to put pay-per-view out of business. Remember that Tracy Morgan bye-bye pay-per-view commercial Fanon? Yeah, DAZN was putting pay-per-view out of business,
but that's
right?
interesting, though, because you know what pay-per-view does, right? Pay-per-view allows a fight like Deontay Wilder, because he fought on pay-per-view on payperview.com. He's going to get a large chunk of all those tickets that got sold for pay-per-view. It's probably not let's say it did 15,000. Who knows what numbers it did? But say it's a low number, right? But that's just extra money in Deontay Wilder's pocket. What are you going to do if you don't have pay-per-view? Then you got to rely on what do you have to rely on? Site fees, licensing fees from networks. These networks aren't paying licensing fees. And in fact, now this further shows that this dude's trying to tank American boxing if he decided to pay DAZN, to pay Netflix to put it on there. So now you got a new standard. In order to put your boxing match on Netflix, you actually have to pay Netflix to put it on there. Introduce that boxing model. So guess who's not going to be going to Netflix? Anybody that has to pay Netflix to air it. See, the way that he is systematically fucking everything up, like just think everything Turkey touches, it fucks it up for normal people that have to do business that don't have a Saudi Arabian billionaire rubbing his booty every morning. You know what I mean? This shit is fucking ridiculous. You got him paying Netflix. What do you think now? You think what's Al Heyman going to say? Oh, well, let me go collect money so I can pay to put on a free fight on Netflix? No, he got to go to Amazon. But what if Amazon says, hey, you know, this guy over here wants to pay to put fights on? Guess what? Everybody's going to go out of business. This dude is going to get all these fighters beaten, and he's going to get up and leave, and it's going to be a fucking rope. It's just going to be fucking, it might as well, you ever seen those before and after pictures in Gaza where they'll like show like buildings and stuff from an aerial view, and it'll be like, look like a prosperous city, but then they just show the effects of the bombing and how it just gutted all the buildings out, and the streets are all cracked up, and it's all kind of ash from the bombs spread everywhere. That's what American boxing is going to look like when Turki Al-Sheikh gets done. If he's going to pay $20 million fee just to give it away, but yet you're still going to charge people money for tickets?
And you're charging people to go to the press conference? How are you charging people to go to press conferences, but you're paying Netflix and to stream it for the broadcast rights? And you know,
because some local yokel clown decided to make that deal so they could keep the money.
It's maddening. And you don't remember, Fanon, when they hated on
security.
And remember, Fanon, what they hated on Al Heyman and lied on PBC, saying, remember they said Amazon wasn't putting up any money, that PBC was putting up all the money, and it was just proven to be lies. They said PBC was only doing a half a year deal with Amazon. Where are these same people that lied about PBC's deal with Amazon, exposing what's going on with Turkey, Fanon? Where are these same people?
On their YouTube channels doing Gervonta Davis videos. Same place they always been, sitting up there flapping their fat lips and gap teeth, talking the same shit that they've been talking, running these people's name in the ground because they're new media. And what's the difference between new media and old media? Just the name, just the word old and new. You still media. That's like I'm a new asshole or an old asshole. You're both assholes. Media behaves the way media has been behaving. And they just have little private corporate medias. Little 1099 relationships, man. It's, it is what it is, though. It is what it is but at the end of the day, Turkey's going to get out of American boxing. I promise you he's going to get out of American boxing for sure. The question is going to be, how many of y'all are you guys going to ruin fighters after you? How many fighters after you are going to be ruined by the way Devin Haney? Think about a 10-year-old kid looking up to Devin Haney and all the bitch shit Devin Haney does. Look at that. You probably got people who are like expiring 22, 23-year-old businessmen looking at Bill Haney, thinking Bill Haney's somebody to look up to.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's crazy when Devin said that about Jamal Charlo, when Jamal was giving his opinion about Haney, and he was actually giving him a compliment. And then he was saying, be a role model, don't be like Jamal. And he was just airing it. I mean, and then again, they said the same thing about Shane, Fanon. I know I'm not telling you to watch the video that Shane exposed him at, but
I'll watch it. I'm going to watch it.
But I'm saying, like, when Shane told the truth about the Haneys, they said, "Oh, Shane, you got no money. You're nothing." They always play this lame thing. I got more money than you. The same thing they did to Gabe Rosado. It's just tiring with it, with the antics, the nonstop gaslighting, and then you come at them with facts, or you're just trying to even give a compliment. You're not even harming them. In the case of Jamal Charlo and then Gabe Rosado's initial comments, and then they're like, "We got more money than you." So you say to Shane Mosley, "Oh, I've got more money than you. You're just broke," and all this other stuff. A guy who was in your camp helping you work, who was hyping up the fight, you're gonna say that to Shane Mosley, a goat? Like you couldn't even drink Shane Mosley's bathwater, Devin Haney. Period. And you're gonna show your gratitude to Shane Mosley for this kind of when this kind of manner? It's just ridiculous.
Man, let me tell you, the first time I met Bill Haney, had a conversation with Bill Haney, I was like, what a fucking prick. He was told me seriously, like calling me out on Trill Boxing Talk, because I was going on after Trill Boxing Talk, talking about tell that dude Fanon, stop hating on my son, stop hating on my son. And I was like, what the fuck is this dude talking about? I never said anything bad. I never said anything bad about Devin. Matter of fact, I just made a video about Devin that was nice about Devin. And most of the things I had said about Devin were bad. But the thing is this, I'm telling you, man, that little dude, Bill, is a narcissist beyond narcissists. Telling you, that motherfucker's, if you don't know what a narcissist is, Bill Haney is a narcissist, bro.
That would be a sociopath.
Yeah, you know what a narcissist is? If you know what a narcissist is, watch Bill Haney. Just look at the definition of a narcissist, and then watch everything Bill Haney does. Also, watch everything Turkey Al-Sheikh does. Because Turkey Al-Sheikh is a narcissist, and Bill Haney's a narcissist. They're both narcissists. Both narcissists. Both are all about themselves. They'll be nice and polite to you, and hey, and all gracious and everything, until what? You do something they don't like, then all of a sudden they attack you. They send all kind of people at you. They go around spreading rumors about you. They do this, they do that. They try to fuck your money up. They do all kinds. It's called gaslighting. And that's what narcissists do. That's what Bill Haney does all the time. He gaslights people about Brian Norman Jr. He gaslights people about Gary Russell Jr. He gaslights people about a whole lot of people. Whole lot of people. He gaslighted. That's what you call framing for a duck. That's when I was the one that coined that phrase, that they're framing you a picture of a duck. How? Because he's a fucking narcissist that gaslights you and says, oh, Gervonta could have taken the fight. All he needed to do is activate his mandatory. Bill, what the fuck does that mean? Well, yes. And I talked to Peter Kahn. Yeah, I talked to Peter Kahn. Peter Kahn wanted $10 million for that fight. He just lied. That's what narcissists do. They lie like it's nothing. Blue blood, another narcissist. Narcissist. They don't give a fuck. They want the world. They want what they want, and they will change everything in the world. They will fuck people over. That's what they do. So my personal opinion of fucking Bill Haney is he's a fucking narcissist. And Turkey Al-Sheikh, another fucking narcissist. So I don't know. Bug Eyes is just a coon. He's a coon. I don't know about that shit. I don't know about that. Just because I don't like you don't mean I think you're a narcissist. Okay? Narcissists are people that are totally absorbed with themselves. And that's what Bill Haney is. Bill Haney doesn't see Devin Haney as some separate person. He sees Devin Haney as his son. That's how he always refers to him. My son, my kid. I raised him, my kid. Nigga, get away from your kid. He's his own man now. Your kid is gone. Your kid should have left the house when he was 18. But you want to control your son till this nigga turns 60. You're a fucking narcissist, nigga. That's what I think about Bill. And Bill will he lie about anything? Yep, check. Is he an ego fucking maniac? Yes. Is he super fragile? If you say anything about Devin he don't like, this dude will snap off in a minute.
Yeah, you're right. Nothing but straw men, nothing but gaslighting. This guy is the biggest carnival barker and snake oil salesman in boxing today and one of the biggest in all of boxing history. Another narcissist I'm going to bring up, Fanon, and you know that I told you that I was rooting for Crawford against Canelo, but I'm not rooting for Crawford anymore because he's another narcissist, another liar. You beat Errol Spence. You won the war. Yet when Canelo is owning you in the press conferences and in the interviews and saying, who did you beat? Who is elite? You can't bring it upon yourself to give yourself credit to say that Errol Spence is elite or was elite at the time. You are so petty on such bullshit that you're saying Victor Postol and Ricky Burns were
Are better than
elite
Errol
fighters.
Spence. That's some bitch shit he did with that shit.
It is bitch shit. I will not cheer for Crawford against Canelo. I hope it's a double knockout because they're both stalling divisions. They're both holding up belts. And you cannot even, was the beaten man that night. And he hasn't even, and we know that Errol was injured in that night. You looked at his eyes, he was glazed over. He never made an excuse. There are rumors that he had rib injury going into that fight. He dealt with all your prima donna games for the longest time when you were out there, you and your camp trying to sully him and Al Heyman's reputation with all this bullshit and shenanigans, and then going around talking about how you left Errol behind, and he still gave you the opportunity and still overpaid your ass. And you can't even bring it upon yourself when Canelo and reporters are asking you who elite, what big name, what 50-50 fight did you have that you can put on your resume. You still can't mention fucking Errol Spence. Fuck you, Terrence Crawford. Fuck you, really. You are a narcissist of the highest order. You need expense reports to get to see Al Heyman and Errol Spence, the breakdown. You want expense reports. All this diva bullshit that you did, coin flips and all this other stuff. And everybody from here to Jupiter can see that Errol Spence was the best win on your resume. And you're talking about motherfucking Ricky Burns, who ducked a prime AB? You're talking about motherfucking Victor Postal, who was from the Ukraine but was never on their Olympic team. Yeah, Victor Postal was cool and all, but he was never considered elite on a Lomachenko or Usyk level. And you're calling them elite because you can't stomach to give Errol Spence one iota of credit? Fuck you. With that, I'm out. Thank you.
All right, bro, get back. Come on. What's on your mind, 2 Cent?
Oh no, I was about to hop off too, Fanon. Thank you for letting me come up today.
For sure.
Got some interesting stuff coming on. I'm definitely gonna keep my eyes on this Norman Haney fight because I just see so many things coming up. So y'all just get y'all popcorn ready. Make sure y'all keep your eyes on it because it's definitely gonna be entertaining. You got Brian and Bill, Cap 1 and Cap 2. We're gonna see how it play out.
All right, get back with your 2 Cent. Yeah. So yeah, I agree with Bud said Bud doesn't have any decorum. Bud's a prick, man. I mean, what else can I say? The way he carried himself in the negotiations for Errol Spence Jr. fight, he's a prick. I don't give a fuck what anybody says, man. I would never want to do business with him. I would never want to do business with somebody like that because he's never honest. He's always trying to get over. He's always got some angle he's trying to take on you because he's always trying to be slick because he thinks he's smart, man. Haney isn't really going to take that fight. We'll see what happens. I'm going to call Devin Haney. Devin don't take that fight. Devin's a duck. Devin don't take that fight. Devin is a duck. I'm be shocked if he takes that fight. I think he's probably going to get hurt or something. I think he's going to get hurt. Wait till you see Bill. And I'm going to say this again, Bill. Stop writing me, dude. Leave me alone, dog. Okay? I don't have to like your son. And I don't have to like you either. Okay? Pootie. You poot butt. Hey, you remember 1970s? You used to call niggas poot butts? Man, get you if you don't stop fucking with me, you poot butt. Haney isn't really going to take. I hope he takes it. Troy Hutch, what up, man? Say good morning to the great Fanon. Thank you, y'all. Morning to y'all, chat. It was a great weekend of fights. It absolutely was. 9:36. I'm gonna put a link in it. Okay, that's what I suspected too. Some mystery. Yeah, CG Cap. Yeah, no joke. Poot butt. Yeah, poot butt ass old school. Yeah. That's what them. He act like a poot butt, bro. Like if you don't like my son, you don't like me. How can you not like my son? My son is the greatest ever. My son's done more than anybody else has ever done in the history of boxing at the age of 24. And he's got more money than you. And he's got gold chains and he sells weed. He sells weed products and he's the best ever. Man, nobody has to like your son, Bill. Okay? And Devin, don't nobody got to like your daddy. We don't have to like you. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody have to like. Let me get this straight to you, Bill. People do not have to like your son. They don't have to support your son. And there's nothing wrong with them if they don't like your son. And there's nothing wrong with them if they don't support your son. But we know full well your ass got forced into that fight, Bill, because Brian Norman Jr. and you, Brian Norman Sr., punked you. He was acting all professional, and he wanted to get the fight done. You try to throw a monkey wrench in the plan by calling him all kind of names. F you, nigga. F you, bitch ass. This. We can take it to the streets. You try to start a street fight, Bill. You tried. That's why I know you don't want this fight, because I listened as you tried to start a street fight with a dude who would whoop your ass. Okay. Number one, you ain't gonna fight no Brian Norman Jr. Dude. You ain't no fighter like that. Brian Norman Sr. whoop your ass. But you're not even trying to fight the dude. All you're trying to do, Bill, is throw a monkey wrench in the negotiation. That's all you're doing. You're trying to make it personal so you have a reason not to take the fight. You know what I mean? Bill, you're not slick, bro. You're not slick, dog. You ran your fucking mouth, started acting. Brian Norman was like, nah, man, I don't even want to do that. I don't even want to do that. Yeah, nah, fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. Nigga, you're 50 years old, man. What are you sitting there telling the nigga? Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. Let's go to the streets, nigga. You're not going to the streets, Bill. You're not going to the streets, Bill. You're not boxing that dude, Bill. He will beat the piss out you, Bill. I guarantee you. Matter of fact, I'll put money. Let's have Brian Norman Jr., Brian Norman Sr., who I do believe beat Greg Hackett in a boxing match. Let's put Bill's ass in that boxing match too. Bill, you told me you've never fought and you've never trained a fighter. Bill, I knew that was you. You know why you said that? Because you said you've never boxed and you've never trained a fighter. Nigga, you've never boxed. So fuck off. I don't give a fuck what you did. Nigga, you never boxed. You don't box. You don't box. You can tell somebody how to box. You don't box. Okay? I trained my daughter in tennis. But guess what? That doesn't mean I can play tennis. All I did was drop balls for her. Drop balls for her, encourage her, and repeat what the real trainers did, Bill. That's what you do, Bill. You don't really train them. You always got Floyd or Roger or Shane or what's my guy's name? Or Mickey Bay. You've always got a real boxer there working with Devin. But you're not a real boxer, Bill. You're not a real boxer, Bill. You're a project manager, Bill. You want everybody working for you. But you want to be and hold the title of everything. You're a narcissist, Bill. Get your black ass out the ring, nigga. You not that good. Get your black ass out that ring, Bill. You're not that good, okay? Nobody's amazed at your training. Nobody's like, oh, look at all the adjustments Devin makes with Bill. Bill, when your son getting his ass whooped, you just sit there and look like you mad at Devin. Yeah, I'm talking a lot of shit to you, Bill. Don't send me no more notes. When your son was getting his ass whooped, Bill, you sat there looking like you were mad at Devin for getting his ass whooped. You didn't look like you had concern for Devin. You sat there talking to somebody else while your son's getting his ass whooped. You look like you were mad at him. Then you embarrass your son by putting out some fucking video of him celebrating his ass getting whipped and saying, and still. G Bread Boy in the chat. Thank you, brother. Mr. Mileage says, Brian Norman Sr. and Brian and Bill Haney remind me of Chris Cross, Mac Daddy, and Daddy Mac. Hell no, that's that cap. My guy, Tim the guy said, Fanon, you're right. You got that Turk Al Sheik ring card boy video. My boy don't believe me. Oh, yeah. I got a picture. I don't have a video. Here, I'll show you. Hold on. Yeah, I get it. Give me a second. Yeah, Bill, I'm kind of going in on you, bro. Don't send me no more notes, Bill. Don't try to sneak diss me on Twitter, bro, and not have anybody know it's you doing it, okay? It was you doing it. So be a man. If you're going to send me a note on Twitter, I blocked your bitch ass. So you know what it is. So I guess you have to go that way. Oh, it's on. I know it is. Screenshots. It's ugly. It's a ways back, man. I got to find it. There you go. 10 to God. That's the ring card boy right there. R.I.P. Daddy Mac. Yeah. Mac Daddy and Daddy Mac. Devin and Noam are going to put on a great show and get the welterweight. Man, get out of here, bro. Omar Sayers, bro, look, I'm not doing it. Okay? Omar, I'm not doing it, bro. Bill, do not type in my chat no more, Bill. Don't have your people come by and type in my chat, bro. Go to Boxing Voice. Go over there to the Boxing Voice. Go over there to Coach Malachi. You got all kind of people that you can fucking bother, nigga. You don't have to bother me, Bill. Okay? Don't come by. Don't do drive-bys with your little fake bots to try to get good. We got to fix this. Fanon's going in on Dev. No, Devin should go to the gym and not care what Martin says. And Bill, you should go hire a real trainer for your son before he gets fucked up. Okay? Because I have a suspicion that he's going to get fucked up. I do. Yeah, that's the ring card boy right there. Did you see it, 10 to God? How did Turkey bring Tupac back like that? Ring card boys is absolutely insane. Yeah, Martin. Guys, they got ring card boys. Ring card boys. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. I got some super chats. Oh, yes. Phoenix Sass said, glad my son doesn't look up to Devin. He's only 4, but one day he said he wanted to watch boxing. I put on a Devin fight, and he started crying and said, no, Daddy, that's not the right one. Hey, Barbara D gifted 5 memberships. Everybody was gifted a membership. Please put an applause for Barbara D for gifting 5 channel memberships. Thank you so much, Barbara D. Phoenix the Assassin says, if Bud gets IBS-C after weigh-in and Canelo rolls his ankle walking up to the scale, that's the best possible outcome. Man, yeah, there's 2 bad guys fighting. That's why it's not even going to sell, because they're not selling it. That's how bad these dudes are. These dudes are so bad at promoting that they don't even want to sell the thing. They're like, yeah, we don't know how to sell. I know how to spend. I don't know how to spell. I don't know how to sell. Kamal Oz says, Canelo Alvarez has owned Z-Side Bud in the banter and trash talk. That's because Canelo's a little smarter than Bud. Hard to believe that it's Alvarez whose second language is English. Oh, because he's yeah. Yeah. Hey, Mr. Miles said, okay, I got that, brother. Thank you. And 10 to God. And I got that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. What's up, Malik Yachai? What's going on with you, brother? How did Turkey bring? Hey, look, for real. That's a ring card boy. We are in the land of the Fugazi, bro. We're in the land of the Fugazi, bro. We are officially living in the land of the Fugazi. That is what these guys are trying to bring to boxing. Ring card boys. But yeah, just want to let you know, no, I was not telling the story. That's a real ring card boy that they really have. But look, I'm going to get up out of here. Well, let me check this Cash App. Thank you. Man, thank you. Oh, hold on, man. Oh, Barbara Davis. Thank you. Thank you, Barbara Davis. Oh, is that right? Barbara Davis with the person for keeping it 100. Thank you so much, Barbara D. Yeah, that's the problem, though. $15 holler. Thank you so much for the support. I heard things over there concerning the purposes of men and women, but I don't want to stereotype. Look, all I'm trying to tell you is, bro, I don't want no ring card boys. Okay? And I will tell you for sure that Canelo Alvarez and Terrence Crawford are 2 of the most suspect fighters in the sport. Another suspect fighter is Devin Haney and his massive weight gains that he has. And the fact that he decided to go to Victor Conte specifically for the purposes of knowing how fighters beat tests. I don't think Bill Haney has any real true appreciation for the dangers he's going to put his son in if he don't get him a real trainer. Because, dog, But anyway, let me get up out of here. Much love to everybody in the chat, everybody in the super chat. Thank y'all so much for y'all support. I'm going to be back. Oh, ringside again, man. Wow, this is crazy. Thank you, man. He says, shout out to Barbara D for your outstanding commitment on this channel. Woo, thank you. Have a great morning, Unc and Chad. Hope you guys catch you later. Thank you, Barbara D, and thank you, Ringside with LCD. Thank you to everybody. But I'm gonna get back with y'all tomorrow. Woo! And we'll be back at it. Deuces.